Hey traders, welcome to week 7 or lesson 7 of our money management exercise using the R multiple. Now in this session we're going to get you to basically work through the DAX spreadsheet. So you're obviously very familiar with the DAX spreadsheet now after doing a number of testing exercises to look at the fixed fraction or fixed ratio strategies. So what I want to do today is basically get you to have a look at using an R multiple or a circuit breaker. Now, just what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through basically the initial setup of the spreadsheet, and then I would like you to start looking at different ways in which you can basically use an R multiple to turn your system on and off. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the top section here. So this is the DAX, the 144 tick. We know that the DAX is worth $25 per point. Here are our values here, the amount of money we've won, lost, and the overall net profit. Then we've got obviously our winners, losers, and our number of trades. We've got our percentage win rate, and over here you've got your largest winner, largest loser, and average losing trade. Now, for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to use a value of $500 as our initial stop. So our initial stop on the strategy is $500, and as a reflection of points on the DAX, that's 20 points. So 20 points times $25, which is our point value, gives us $500. So basically what we're saying is that our initial risk is 1R, so negative 1R. So if we have a losing trade, we've basically got negative 1R. Now if we have a winning trade, then we'd have a positive 1R because our initial risk is $500. And so just keeping in mind that our risk on the trade is $500, and that every single trade that runs in this account is basically related to that 1R multiple. So if you have, now this one's been rounded up obviously, but if you have a 19 point winner, just about 20 points there, you've got a 1R result. If you have a 16 point winner, then you've got 0.8 result. So not quite 1R, but 0.8. So that takes your cumulative value, because you've got in column H, you've got your cumulative points, basically how much you're making is in each of these columns here in G per trade, and then that's been accumulated in column H. And then in column I, this reflects the relationship to 1R. So every time you have a winning or losing trade, it'll be a value of 1R. So you've got here, if you've got a 15 point winner, then you've got 0.7. If you've got an 11 point winner, 0.6. So if we get a 10 point winner, that's obviously 0.5, so it's half of 1R. So that hopefully all is fairly straightforward. Now in our column J, we've basically got our cumulative R. So what that's saying is that, right, well, as we start increasing and decreasing increasing or decreasing our profit, then basically that'll be reflected in our multiples of R. So if we have a 1R winner, our first cumulative R is 1. If we then have a 0.8 winner, then that's 1.8 then, and if we drop down 0.7, that takes us down to 1.1. So this is being increased and decreased based on the multiples of our winning and losing trades. So hopefully that's fairly straightforward there as well. Now what we've got here in column K is we've actually got our drawdown as an R multiple. So you'll see there that our equity high, basically our equity high is here. We get 2 winners in a row, takes us up to 1.8. Then we get a losing trade, which shaves off 0.7. So basically what it's telling us there is that our drawdown value from our highest value there, so if we just color code that as our highest value, equity high, our drawdown there is 0.7, because that's exactly what we've come down. So we're looking at this value here. So column K is our value that we're looking for our maximum drawdown. So what I've done in these columns here is I've set up a maximum drawdown that we're prepared to take on our system. So we're not going to use a dollar amount, we're going to use an R multiple drawdown. So if we actually lose, or if our R multiple goes down to negative 3R, then we're basically going to turn the system off. So every time you see a negative 3R, which is here, you'll turn the system off. And what you need to do then is, once you've turned the system off, you're then going to calculate how many points were made from when you were trading to when the system's turned off. So the easiest way to do that is to go back to G9 and just auto sum that area there, and we know that basically from G9 to G32 we have a total of 4 points. So that's 4 points on the DAX times 25 is $100. So we've got $100 there on the DAX for that period of trading. Now obviously that's not a lot, so but our system's off because basically we've hit that value. So as soon as we hit our negative 3R we turn it off. So we'll just get rid of that. So we've got $100 in that column. Now we'll keep going. So the only time we turn the system back on is basically when we come back under that negative 3R. So you can see here the system's still off. Now the system's on now because it's at 2.4. We've had a couple of winners.